Good morning, it's JJ with Bliss House. Hope you're doing well. Coming at you from Branson, Missouri. This is for anybody who woke up with a stiff neck this morning like I did. So if you'd like some neck relief, find a seat, find something comfy. I'd like to sit on something to elevate my hips so that it's easier to get my spine straight up and down. Feel free to join your index fingers to your thumb in Gyan Mudra, representing joining the individual with the divine. Find a nice tall spine lifting through the crown of your head, rooting down through your sit bones. And as you lift through the crown of your head, maybe gently tucking your chin under. Maybe you find that it opens up a little more room in your breath container. So as you feel this opening, take a nice deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Deep inhale, filling your belly, filling your rib cage, and filling your throat. And exhale, releasing out. Oftentimes when we have neck pain, it's often from stress or from sleeping in a different bed or lots of different things. So let's take a moment to just release and relax. Invite you to set aside any worries, any cares, any stresses, anything that's weighing you down. Set them outside the room that you're in. You can always pick them up when you're done on your way out, but give yourself this time to just be here, you and you. Lifting through the crown of your head and taking these nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. Giving yourself permission to just relax. And on your next inhale, draw your right ear to your right shoulder, just as much as you can. Gently, so we're moving gently and lovingly with our body. No pain, no gain does not apply to yoga. So if ever you start to feel a little pain, just back out of it just a little bit. As you exhale, gently drawing your chin down to your chest. Breathing here. Allowing the back of your neck to release. On your next inhale, rolling your left ear to your left shoulder. Breathing into your right side of your neck. Using your breath to soften up whatever area feels a little bit of a stretch. So inhaling softness, exhaling out any of that tension, any stress, any restrictions, limitations. Next exhale, returning your chin down to your chest. As you inhale, looking straight ahead, and as you exhale, turning your head towards the right, moving gently and kindly. Next inhale through the center, exhale to the left. Inhale through the center, exhale to the right, inhale to the center, exhale to the left, inhale to the center. Now this time as we exhale, we're going to drop our right ear to our right shoulder. Let's take our right hand and press our left ear away from our right shoulder. See how much space we can create in between our left ear and left shoulder. So elongating the muscles in the left side of our neck. Gently pressing. Noticing how far you can go. And then we're going to take 5 breaths, and with those 5 breaths we're going to be pressing with our head against our hands. So we're going to try to be lifting our head and straightening it out, but not pressing so hard that it actually straightens up. So, finding a balance, pressing your head down and lifting your head up. So finding where you comfortably can, maybe about 50 to 70% of your total, range of motion, turning your head to the right, and then pressing up as you breathe for 5 breath cycles. So as we press against our hand with our head, Nice deep inhale, stay big inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Number 3. And exhale. 2 more breaths. One more as we're pressing against our hand with our head. And then gently release your hand and lift up your head. And rock it gently towards the left and then back towards the right. And notice how that feels. Notice if you notice a little bit of a difference in the range of motion and how easily you can move down that way. When you're ready, you can drop your left ear to your left shoulder, maybe taking your left hand, pressing your right ear away from your right shoulder. So lifting through the crown of your head, so making sure that your spine is nice and straight, stacking each vertebra on top of each other. And then gently pressing your right ear away from your right shoulder with your left hand. Breathing here, feeling the opening. And when you're ready, we'll press our head into our hands. So we're pressing our head into our hands and back away, so giving resistance. So pressing our head down with our left hand, pressing into our hand with our head. So taking 5 deep breaths as we find the balance of pressing. So we inhale through our nose, exhale through your nose. 2, inhale, and exhale. 3, exhale. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. And releasing that left hand down, gently rocking your head up and tilting it back towards the other direction. Now let's do a few gentle half circles. So rolling your head down, chin down to your chest. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, chin down to your chest. Inhale, ear to shoulder. And then as you exhale, your chin down to your chest. Taking whichever hand you prefer, pressing the base of your occipital lobe up and forward, so you're stretching out the back of your neck. So get a nice stretch there, and then when you're ready, gently pressing your neck, your head into your hands, so up and back, as you take 5 deep breath cycles. Inhale. Exhale. 3. 4. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Releasing your hand, and then gently lifting your head, rocking from side to side, and then doing some gentle neck rolls. Just noticing how the mobility feels, if you feel any change, any difference in the mobility of your neck. As you gently and lovingly wake up your neck and your body. As we inhale, drawing our shoulders up to our ears, gently rolling forward, moving with your breath. So inhaling up, exhaling forward, and then switching directions. So inhale up, exhale your shoulders back and down. Inhale up, exhale back and down. And then drawing your hands to heart center, lifting, inhale. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, releasing your right hand to the mat. Lifting your left hand high. Opening your heart to sky. Breathing here. Next, inhale back up through the center. As you exhale, left hand to the mat. Right hand high. Opening heart to sky. Next, inhale back up through the center. As you exhale, taking left hand to right knee. Right hand reaches behind, gentle spinal twist. Lifting through the crown of your head as you inhale. As you exhale, gently twisting a little deeper. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Next, inhale, unwinding through the center. And as you exhale, taking your right hand to your left knee, gentle spinal twist. Over the other shoulder. So you can look to the left side of the room or back towards the back. As you inhale, lifting your rib cage out of your hips. As you exhale, gently twisting a little deeper. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Next, inhale back up through the center. And we'll make our way to tabletop. So tabletop, just make sure that you're stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And we'll start with a neutral spine, and as we inhale, lifting our head and our heart and our tailbones, letting our belly sink down. Exhale, rounding our spine, pressing our shoulders away from the mat. Inhale, lift your head and your heart space, relaxing your belly down, tilting your hips forward. Exhale, round and release to cat. Hugging your navel to your spine. Inhale, lift. Opening your head and your heart. Exhale, rounding your spine and releasing. And then finding a neutral spine, and then drawing your right shoulder towards your right hip. So you're kind of making a C shape with your spine. Gazing over your right shoulder. As you exhale. Next, inhale, neutral spine, and as you exhale, draw your left shoulder to your left hip, gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale back up through the center. Exhale to the right. And as you exhale, inhale to the right, sorry. As you exhale, you can go through cat. And as you inhale, left shoulder towards left hip. Exhale through cat. Alright, and then making barrel rolls with your rib cage. Finding any other organic movement that feels good to you. Maybe doing big hip circles. Pressing your shoulders forward in front of your wrists. Maybe switching directions. Maybe doing figure eights with your shoulders and your hips. Just find what feels good to you. Just kind of exploring what feels good. And then once that feels good, you can shift your hips back and rest into child's pose. Child's pose, you can sit your hips on your heels, reaching forward with your arms, maybe resting your forehead on the mat. It might feel good to rock your head from side to side, maybe giving yourself a nice bonus massage in your third eye space in between your eyebrows as you rock your head from side to side. And just relaxing and releasing. Then gently tippy-toeing your fingers forward to where your hips stack above your knees in puppy pose. Puppy pose, you can rest your chin on the mat or your forehead on the mat, whatever feels good to you as you open up your heart space and open up your shoulders. Our shoulders and our neck are connected, so as we loosen up our shoulders, you might be able to feel some relief in your neck. So breathing here, enjoying puppy pose, noticing what deep breaths feel like, with your heart space open and your shoulders open. And pressing your palms and your forearms into the mat, shifting your hips forward to Sphinx pose. So pressing into the mat with the tops of your feet, pressing into the mat with your hips, lifting through your heart space. And while we're here, we can do some gentle half circles with our neck. And just notice what that feels like as we press into the mat with our hips and the tops of our feet and gently roll our neck. From here, let's continue to stretch our shoulders just a little bit, crossing our right hand over our left, tippy-toeing our fingers out just as far as feels good to us in our bodies, and then resting your chin on your shoulder or your bicep, whatever feels good to you, and then giving yourself permission to just melt into bow tie pose, just relaxing and releasing. It might feel good to bend your elbows and give yourself a squeeze. If you haven't gotten a hug yet today, you can give yourself a hug. Just finding what feels good to you. It might feel better to keep your arms straight. You might feel a nice opening across the backs of your shoulders. And making your way up to your elbows and then crossing your left arm in front of your right this time, tippy-toeing your fingers out just as far as feels good to you in your body. Resting your chin on your bicep or your shoulder, allowing the backs of your shoulders to opening across the back of your heart space. Maybe bending your elbows and giving yourself a nice squeeze on this side if that feels nice. Breathing into the backs of your shoulders to create as much space as you can there. Space in the back of your heart. And then unwinding your arms, making your way up to your shoulders. And then finding goalpost arms. So goalpost arms, you want to have your elbows about the height of your shoulders, and you can press your left hand into the side of your chest, and we're going to turn our head to the left. Pressing into that left hand, you can rest your right temple on the mat. So this will stack your right or your left shoulder, your left hip and heel on top of your right hip and heel. Okay. So with the goalpost arm, pressing into your left hand, so you might feel a nice opening in your right shoulder. This might be enough for you here, or if you like, you can gently draw that left heel back and maybe up towards that right elbow. Again, resting the right temple on the mat, just relaxing and releasing as much as you can. You might feel a nice opening in your right shoulder, in your heart space, and a nice gentle spinal twist. So this is a version of scorpion. So you breathe here, opening your heart space, opening that right shoulder. Next, exhale, unwinding, making your goalpost arms again. So elbows about the height of your shoulders. Pressing your right hand into the mat beside your chest, stacking your right heel and your right hip on top of your left. This might be enough of an opening in your left shoulder, or you can draw that right heel back, so you can see, and maybe up towards that left elbow. Resting that right or that left temple on the mat still. Just melting into the mat, melting into the pose. Allow your left shoulder to open, your spine to twist. Breathing here, relaxing and opening. Gently unwinding on your next exhale, pressing up into tabletop pose. And as you inhale, lifting your right hand high. And as you exhale, running your left hand through underneath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread under. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale as you thread your right hand underneath your left. maybe relaxing your right shoulder down onto the mat. See how far you can reach your right hand to the left side of your body. See how much of that right shoulder you can get in contact with the mat. You can reach your left hand forward if you like, if that feels good. Or you can keep it by your face, whatever feels good to you. If you would like to play, you can always step that left toe back, maybe digging into the mat with the ball of the foot. And maybe if you'd like to play a little bit more, you can lift that left foot. So engaging your core for balance, if that feels good to you. So you can lift it up to the back, or if you like, you can rest that left big toe in your right palm, just if you like to play. Breathing here. Feeling that nice gentle twist in your spine and opening across the back side of your right shoulder. Wherever you are, making your way back to where your left toe is behind you. Maybe drawing that left knee back down to the mat, planting that left hand beside your cheek, and then pressing into it as you inhale, the right hand high, and exhale, right hand back down to the mat. Let's do a couple of cat-cows. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift to cow. Exhale, round. And then we'll do the other hand. So inhale the left hand high. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, high. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, lift. And exhale, sliding that left hand down onto the mat, just as far as feels good to you. See how far out you can press that left hand to your right side, maybe reaching that right hand above your head. And if you would like to play, shifting your weight into your left knee, maybe stepping back with that right foot, planting the ball of the foot into the mat. Maybe using your core for balance, engaging that core, and then gently lifting up that right leg. Breathing here. Maybe dropping that right toe into your left hand and seeing how much of your left shoulder you can get in contact with your mat as you gently roll into it. Breathing here. And whenever you're ready, sliding that right foot back, planting the ball of the foot into the mat, shifting that right hand forward, maybe dropping that right knee back down, pressing into that right hand, lifting your left hand high, and exhale back to tabletop. Taking those big hip circles, one direction and the other. And then you can either cross your feet, sit back and draw your feet in front of you, or from tabletop you can just sit your hips down and draw your feet out to the side. We'll be making our way to final resting place. Final resting place, find whatever feels good to you, any way to be comfortable. Just draw, maybe drawing a pillow underneath your feet or underneath your knees, and then resting back. So relaxing your head down, relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears, allowing your legs to rest out long, allowing your toes to relax outside, drawing your heels in, allowing your hands to rest by your hips. If you'd like more grounding in your life, you can put your palms down, or if you're ready to receive from the universe, you can draw your palms up. Allowing your eyes to float shut and finding stillness in your body. Nice deep inhales through your nose and deep exhales through your nose. Shavasana is the most important pose of your practice because it's where you actually process and and digest everything that you've just done. Process physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. It's kind of like after you eat a big Thanksgiving dinner, giving yourself the time to rest and digest. Same concept. So as you find stillness, allowing yourself to release anything that's been weighing you down, releasing anything that's been stressing you out. Just let it go and just be here, finding relaxation and calmness. Maybe repeating your mantra to yourself. I am peace. I am calm. And when you're ready, a light micro movement into your body. Your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles, maybe reaching your arms and your legs out long for a nice full body stretch. Maybe drawing your knees into your chest and giving yourself a nice squeeze, maybe rocking from side to side or back and forth. Maybe rolling over onto your favorite side in fetal position. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you. And whenever you're ready, making your way up to a nice comfy seated position. You can use your pillow if you like. Thank you for joining me today and for